Okay, you made it. This is the last video and the last set of steps. Everything else you already know how to do from the previous steps. So we're going to start with step 77, which is going to be on cropping images. Now you may remember that with the last video we left off with that image that's a little bit too large to fit with the other two images. And here we are. So I like the size of this image. I like the size of this image. This one overlaps and is a little too big. Now I could just leave it hanging off the side. This is quite a bit. So we're going to get rid of some of this image so that they all fit nicely within the slide. So step 77 says if you need to crop your image, you are going to double click on that image. So right now I've just been single clicking on it and then just dragging it around a little bit with my mouse. What I'm going to do now, see how right now we're on that home tab, I'm going to double click this image quickly. So click, click. Now a brand new tab has been created called Picture Format. That tab was not showing up before. There are now a whole lot of tools that you can use for this image. You can play around with them and you'll discover a lot of really great capabilities. But what I'm interested in right now is the crop button. And that button is right here. I'm just going to click on that button. You're now on step 78. And what it's talking about in step 78 are these thick lines that are now on your image in the corner, on the top, bottom, and sides. Now, instead of like in the past where we had these little white circles where you could just resize your image, these lines indicate crop. So this is hanging off and I can't see the side over here, and that's really what I want to bring down. So what I'm going to do is down here, I'm going to move over the slider. That now lets me see the rest of that image. And the size is fine. The top and bottom are the right size for the rest of these images. This is the side that needs to go away. So I'm going to hover over this line and you can see that my cursor changed. I'm really close here to that white dot, and if I move my cursor just a little bit, it changes into the double-sided arrow. That is not what you want right now. If I clicked now, I would just be resizing my image, and I don't want to do that. I want the crop. So I move it a little bit to the right, and now my cursor changes into that dark black. It looks a little like a sideways T. That's what you want. You want to make sure that your cursor is matching the style of those thick lines. So I'm going to click and hold. While my cursor looks like that, I'm going to drag it in. And as long as I am just dragging and haven't let go, you can see what part of the image you're cutting off. That's what that dark side of the rectangle is. Now that I'm at the side of my slide, I can let go. And that image is now the size of the page. I'm still selected, so I could do some more cropping, but I'm good with that. So now, just like everything, to deselect, click outside of that image. And now that dark rectangle is gone, and this is the entire size of my image. And that fits nicely with these three images. And that's it. So I am going to quickly bring these images into that same format as the other images. So I'm going to click on the image whose formatting I like. I'm going to pick up the format with that format painter, come down to my image, and click. And you can't just keep clicking, unfortunately. Oh, these actually, these are actually a slightly different size. So I am going to go ahead and just quickly crop one of the images. I'm going to crop this one. So again, I'm going to double click, crop, and I'm okay getting rid of this part of the arm because I don't think that that really has a lot of value. Bring it back to the edge of that other image. Again, I've got that darker rectangle. Click outside, and now that is the size of my image. Bring that back. All right, now I'll just continue bringing that format over. Click, pick up the format, click, pick up the format, click. All right, and that's it. All right, there are steps 79 and 80 in the written lab, but really what those are is just, hey, go ahead and keep creating slides and add your content. So if you need to review how to add new slides, go back to step 47. If you need to review how to add bullets or to increase or decrease your indents for your bullets, go back to steps 48 through 53. The copy-paste method for adding images was steps 56 through 61. The method for inserting from a location on your computer is steps 62 through 72. Using that Google search method was steps 73 through 76. And remember, you can always look at the titles of the videos, or you can take a look at the table of contents at the top of the written laboratory. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and just email me, and I look forward to seeing your presentations when they're ready.